Hello guys, welcome back to The Crew 2. Noob does summit number 29. The Flying Germans. Let me see if there is a bundle available. I'm assuming there is. The Mercedes AMG touring car. Very nice. Which also already rules out any pre-order bonuses, because this is actually a pre-order bonus. You can now just get it from a bundle. BMW bike, Golf GTI, 918 Spider, and the 959 Raid, which most people already won a couple of summits ago, I guess. And I think we need a German touring car, which we can use the Porsche, so I don't need the bundle. But these are the 5 cars in the bundle if you want to have that stuff. We don't. Sorry, my lady. We don't need anything. What we need is administration. Gold we went for, and we managed to get in gold. 4,673rd. Which means we get the fame pack, the green tires, for which we will get money back, I'm assuming, and our remaining drift set. We don't get the Performante because we already had that. 70,000 bucks we get back. I'm assuming that's for the green tires. Flying Germans, the last one of the repeats. All the rest, forget about it. There will be patch notes posted on Tuesday at 6 PM Paris time on the website. There you will find all the information which will come in this first small update, let's call it that. I believe they don't even call it an update, but yeah, well, yeah, they did now because they adjusted their internal scoring. This is sort of like the 4th update or whatever in the series, but internally they called it update 5, so they adjusted it to 1.5 now. That will come in Wednesday. They're gonna do a patch / maintenance from 10 AM on, I believe. So I'm assuming that will go offline for a while. If I'm not mistaken, it's 15.5 gigabytes, so you can assume that they're gonna be offline for a while, and then you have to download it and all that kind of stuff. So Sunshine Satellite, whatever, Sunshine States, Road Samurai, the Player's Choice, Big Apple, just forget about it. Mixmaster, H2O, and so on, with the first premium being Ghost Road Summit or something. That is what you will see show up here. I'm assuming on Wednesday, if they do the maintenance on Wednesday morning. Thanks for the follow, Stefan. So we will see how it goes. Patch notes should be there around 6 PM on Tuesday. I already read the patch notes. I might do a video on that as well and have it ready on Tuesday 6 PM to post on YouTube. That's all possible. Now we have to do, of course, the Flying Germans. But first, let's collect our set, because otherwise we're gonna have a mess and we do not want that. We collected 4 parts yesterday. Yeah, well, yesterday, last week. So these are our remaining parts. Now it's just a matter of figuring out where we put them. I think on the Nismo or so. And we have 1.2 million, that's fine. I don't need to buy any cars for this one. Let's check it, yeah. We got the gearbox, the ECU, the motor core, and the tires last week. And now we get the brakes. The exhaust. And the suspension. It comes with a score breaker set. Drift is one of those disciplines where that bonus thing, the set bonus does not even count. You can have a mix here of Nitrochemist and Flame Magnet and whatever, it doesn't matter as long as you have the slippery. And the hot hat, yeah, maybe. Hot hat even is that not that important either. If you're decent in drift and you never lose the multiplier, a hot hat is not that important. Hot hat makes the multiplier go up faster so that you can score more at the end. But if you don't lose the multiplier, you don't actually need the hot hat. Slippery will do. Let's see what they gave us here. Hot hat 10 and slippery 10. That gives us 80, 95 for slippery. That's no good. 80% hot hat is boosted. These are boosted parts. Normally, if you recalibrate the hot hat yourself, you can only go to 8%. But these are boosted to 10. The slippery is not boosted. On the contrary, it's not high enough. It needs to be 14. So we need to recalibrate. We have 1.2 million. Should be good enough, hopefully. 10.1. Wonderful. Well, at least it's higher. 14. That's lucky. For 1300 bucks, we could get it from 10 to 14. But yeah. Of course, we need to do that 7 times. 7, that's no good, so we keep the 10. 14. Also here for 1300 bucks. Can we get away with a cheap one? That would be nice. 13.2, this is probably where the trouble starts. Yep, 11.6. 8.5. Yeah. 11.6 again. 14. Okay, this is already a little bit more. 5 times, I think. So that's 2,000 bucks. It's still okay. As long as you don't get to the maximum price of 16,000, that's where you get in trouble. But usually there is 1 or 2, although I don't expect it. We have everything what we need. That's why, for instance, with the Halloween event, it was pretty important that you went out there, look for parts with at least 1 good affix. Then you only have to do the point system or the percentage like we are doing now. We are trying to get a better slippery, but we already have the slippery. If you first have to look for the slippery, yeah, then it's gonna be a little bit more, right? Oh, no, we don't want that. We have 10. 14. Oh. Not complaining this time about the RNG. But it has to do, it always is like that. The fact that we have a slippery 10 already where we start with, that's always going to be cheaper than when you have to look for everything yourself. But yeah, here we have a little bit of stock one, I think. Yeah. Now the prices are going to go up. Oh yeah. Still a maximum of 16,000. But yeah, this time we pay 4,000. 4,600 now. 5,300. And we get it. So for about, yeah, what, 10, 15,000, we were able to get it. One more to go. Hopefully this is a cheap one. 10.8. Yeah. 10.1. Yo. 12.4, that's better. 7. Wonderful. 9.3. 13.2, we're getting there. 11.6. If we could only go to a tuner shop and just buy a slippery 14. I don't care what it costs, but $5.3. 11.6. 10.8. 10.1. Yeah. 10,700. 12,400. 14,000. And we are on the maximum of 16,400 that we're gonna pay every time now till we get to 14. There's always gotta be one or two which are trying to ruin the whole thing. We found it. Okay. So for about 250,000, that's what we paid in total, I think. We started with 1,215,000, something like that. We now get hot head 80, slippery 123 maxed out. Which means we have two of these now, because also over here we sort of have the same. This is the set that I won the first time then this summit was about, obviously. What do we have here? A bunch of parts apparently. Scrap we have more than enough because on this driver I haven't recalibrated that much. So we have almost 5 million of these scrap points. Yeah, mainly getting them from what I'm doing here now, scrapping parts which we do not need. Green, purple, yeah, that's all fine. But if you play summits, you need yellow. It's as simple as that. Okay, that's that. We're finally done with the administration, and it's raining again. Wonderful. But yeah, we're used to that. Been playing Need for Speed Heat over the weekend a bit. 80-85% of the races there it's raining, so you get used to it eventually. Well, not really, but you know. Escape, escape, escape. Oh yeah, that's gonna be interesting, isn't it? So we need the 918 hypercar. We need a power boat. That's gonna be yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It's uber damp, so we will, which is already a problem as well because that's killed over there, and the uber damp take place on the same place. So you always have people hanging about there. Touring car, we can use whatever German touring car that we have. The Rally Rate 959, the BMW bike, Golf GTI. We go for gold. The platinum is 1,085,000. We are Sunday evening this time. So that means that there are only 2 days ago after today. So what are we gonna go for? 1 million something. 1,050,000, 1,060,000. Which means just like the previous 2 weeks, I'm gonna give you guys a chance to win the Wasp edition, and I'm just gonna go for gold. I already have both on this driver and my main driver the Wasp edition. If you haven't it yet and you're close, I would go for it because it's a pretty good one. Try to do all you can to get it because it's a really good one. Let's see. We can start with the escape. Which is like meat. We have to see what parts that we have on here. Okay, we have the full nitro set on here. We'll do this one with just the parts on it, right? Settings. Always people wonder always about that. I think I have the settings at the moment. Yeah, the settings are for last week's Slalom. So I have the drift assist on 10, 0, 10, 10, 10, and then the last two on 5. Now, normally if we, for instance for Uberdam or so, if we go a race, then I do 8, 6 over here. If it's boy smashing, then I put the trim tabs on 8 and the hull friction on 4. But in this case, it's a bit of twist and turn. We'll just go with the 5.5 from the Slalom from last week and see what we can do. Just like Uberdam, this whole escape comes down to one thing: the jump. That's the only thing that matters. The jump is all about timing, which I also do not have. I can, for instance, like Lolbokus, I can never catch him here. He always had a better jump for some reason. Jump, lean forward, time it, lean backwards, and boost. That was a very bad one. I lost way too much speed. So this is gonna be 5.9 or so. I need to boost all I got here. Not even 5.9, I think. Nope. 5.7. All because the jump was not good. You can do 5.8, 5.9, 6,000, 6,100 if you get a better jump. But does it matter much? Probably not. Let's have a look. Lolbokus has a world record. He has 136,000. 5.9 is 133,000 that I have with my other driver. Same settings, same parts. So let's try to do another run and jump a little bit more on the left side. Because yeah, this is like easy points in a way. Score 100 meters more, you get about 1,500 points more by the looks of it. Oh, here we have Lolbokus. It goes left, okay. Let's just follow him. See where he jumps. More towards the right. But yeah, you see the you see where he is. But this was a better jump because we're immediately back on 350 kilometers an hour. But yeah, this is also the difference between wheel and keyboard. It's the boost, eh? I have to press that boost, I lose 25% of my boost bar because I need to press down the key. He has the boost on his wheel and he can do like pop 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 pop. Short small boost, so his boost most of the time keeps full, unless of course at the end. But yeah, as you see, 158 is me, 1800 points more. Kinda matters that you do a few runs here. But for now, this is good enough. We'll leave this one for later on. This one, very interesting one. Do we have something here that we can use? What do we have on here? Some nitrochemist set, no good. Also here, nitrochemist set. Score break. Oh yeah, wait a minute. Might actually be good. Nitrochemist set with muddy. That's what we're gonna use. There are a few options here, right? If you just want to get a score done, you can take something like BMW bike rally rate. You can take something like a street race bike, Suzuki with muddy on it, works as well. You can take a hypercar with muddy. The problem on this one, it's a bit annoying, is that yeah, if you want to get a good score, you're gonna have to do a few runs, because it's they can as well call this tree dodging. We need something which is not too wide and is actually drivable, right? We'll try with this one, but we'll see. So what do I have on here is, I don't know if I've fully recalibrated it. By the looks of it, not, because it's a mix of, yeah, maybe it is. Let's have a look. Muddy 66%. That's the only thing that counts. Let me check. How much do you get from this? 8%. So, yeah. 7 times 8% is 56, and you get 10% from the pilot menu, of course. Also there, 25% on muddy, 25 points, and that gives you 10%. All the rest doesn't matter that much. There are a few options here. First of all, you pick the right car. Kinda hate that. You're working on a car and you have to select it. You can go try to get the jump. That's one possibility. But that's already many attempts. There is a road over there. Asphalt road. If you can get this rock here right. Which we didn't, as you see. I know the other way is faster, by the way, but that's also something. This is the easier way if you, well, as you see, you can get stuck. That is can happen. You go a little bit to the right here, jump. You need to aim for that rock here, jump again, and then it's all about, yeah, getting the landing correctly. And already here we have the problem. We need to dodge a couple of trees. And that's why I put the muddy on, because we're messing here on dirt and on grass and stuff like that. You don't lose speed with these muddy sets completed. At least not for now. Maybe not the intention, and it's a bug and they fix it some day or another. That's more like it. No, it's a bit too high, but because we actually aiming for this road, but not uphill, over here downhill. Then you have next trouble is yeah, traffic mainly. Traffic, other players standing in the middle of the road or something like that. That's also a possibility. Yo. That's why I don't like driving on a hood cam with a Lamborghini, because they don't have a hood. I'm of course going way too slow. This needs to. You can do this with a Formula 1 car, for instance. If you, it's all about the jump. If you manage to get to this asphalt road, yeah, you're good to go. Also here you need to cut that corner and then wait. You can go 8,000 meters or something this way. The other way is way more tree dodging. You go left here. And now, yeah. Close your eyes and hope for the best. Yeah, because yeah, it's not only trees. You also have those wonderful rocks, which are mostly hidden in bushes and so, but that's why you can risk it going with some Formula 1 car or something, but you have to jump down. Oh, okay. I don't know why people like this car, I really don't. The thing does not steer at all. Come on, flip over. Yeah. We need to be here somewhere in the middle. You can sort of go a little bit left, a little bit right. But it's not like you have control over the car at the moment. Of course this needs to go fast and precise, and because otherwise the other way is faster. That thing that bumps about. If you have the muddy parts on the Suzuki street bike, it's probably best to do it on a bike. But the problem is, of course, at the end you have some highway, and that's why people take hypercars, because you can get 400 kilometers an hour with this thing, and with the street race bike you can only get 300 something, right? Don't flip over, you stupid thing. Yeah, this is a part you need to survive that. It's annoying as hell, and you don't have control over the car very much. You can give a little bit correction here and there. Like here, it just slides towards these trees. There's not that much I can do about it. But we made it somehow into the forest. But yeah, the circle is already there, so it was definitely not fast enough. It has to do with the fact that you're flipping around. You go straight here, you will end up on a highway, which is over there somewhere. Then you can go left, and you can smoke it on the... It's not this one, by the way. It's the other one. You can smoke it towards... what is that? Fresno? Sacramento? Something in that area. And then you can score... yeah. If you do it with a... What's the first? 44,900. You can get a half around the world as well. I'm assuming they did it with with this car. So yeah, if you can make it to the highway and the circle does not catch you, off you go. And by the looks of it, there's 1 point difference between the first two. So 44 kilometers you need, and then you get the maximum score. There's no point in driving 100 or 200 kilometers. 157, 850 is the most you can score in any of these events. But we're just gonna do it. Let's see. Yeah, 7,000, 8,000 meters they get. I'm assuming they drove the other way, asphalt road. We're gonna do it again, but this time, as it's intended to be. It's an orange skill test. You take an orange family. But Ivory Tower decided not to restrict these skill tests, and that's why we're doing all this funny stuff here every week. And as you can hear in my voice, I don't agree with that. I think they should restrict these things. If it's an orange skill test, they should restrict it to at least to the orange family. And then you can only use rallycross or rally raid or motocross, or even hovercraft if you want. Of course, it's going to be a rally raid. That's going to be the fastest. But they don't want to do that, and now you have people messing about with muddy on hypercars and Formula 1 cars and drag cars on some of the events. Your own fault if you don't restrict it. Yeah, this is fine. Let's see how far we can get with the rally rate. With the rally rate you already have the thing that, yeah, even here you have no control. On this downhill you have no control no matter what vehicle you take. Just pure luck that you get through these trees here, especially when it's bumpy. With the rally rate you have the benefit that you can just go straight here. Did somebody tell me why I just stopped there? No idea. Yeah, now I know. Because I hit a tree. This is like, it's like magnetics, eh? Like magnetics it is. I'm steering to the left, the bike says, no, we go right, we go straight into the tree. Which of course means we're way too slow again. You can't hit any tree basically. Especially not in the first part. You need to get to that highway without, yeah, maybe a bounce here or there, but no hit. I'm just gonna lean forward now and hope for the yes, hope for the best. You just need to play around a bit with the lean forward. Left, man. Okay, that's the line we need. Also here you need to be lucky, like we are now. It's like pure luck that I fly through those trees now. This is what I call the magnetic tree. I've seen that so many times. Also the first time when we did the summit. Trying to think what I had here. First time definitely used hypercar. Yeah, here's the highway. We totally ignored it as far as I know. I think it's the second one you need. Yeah. So it's that one that you want. And then you go that way, 4,800 now. If you do this, if you can get here with the hypercar, this is it only opens up here. You can just keep going as long as you want. So 105,000, that's fine. That's sort of what we are going for. And then we have this thing here, of course. 141 kilometers. Congratulations, Mr. Hotfire. Totally useless. 141 is no needed. I think you need to do something. Hello, you're right. Yeah, it's like, yeah. You can get frustrated there if you're messing about there with the hypercar on that escape. This one, let's see, what did I do? 74.85, yeah. I think it's about 80 something, 80 kilometers you get the maximum score. Anything above, it's completely pointless because yeah, here you probably need a drag car, no matter what. Because yeah, there are two corners, 16 kilometers and 20 kilometers where things will catch up with you if you don't pay attention. We don't need that high scores because otherwise we come into problem with our score in total at the end. We're just aiming for gold, right? If I would just go for platinum, there's no doubt about it that I also will take the drag car here and just drive 100 kilometers or whatever to Dallas. It's as simple as that. But we are just going for gold, so we can try a few other things. What do we have here? Nitro Chemist set. Okay, we'll go with the full set here because, yeah. Also, this one, all depending on a stupid jump. Other than that, see you in paradise. A quick escape? No, not really. You probably, if everything goes right, you're driving for like 10 minutes or whatever. But it all comes down to this jump here. You need to jump up here. And you need to jump sort of in between those two white things on the highway. Which is, of course, with a drag car or with a Formula 1 car, easier said than done. You can take a bike or so, of course, but yeah, then you're limited to 300 kilometers an hour. So now sit back and relax and avoid traffic here and there. Although it's not sit back and relax. Because like I said, you have those 2 points, 15, 16 kilometers and 20, 21, something like that. You need to pay attention there because that's where the circle can catch you. Magnetic powers. Don't drive too close to traffic because you will get magnetized into it. Might get away with the 15, but I think we're too slow at the moment for the 20 though. It's like here, yeah, you need to know these corners, you need to learn them, know when they come, because you can't lose too much speed here. This is sort of port 1 here already. If you're too slow, if you do a touring car or something, yeah, they have you here. Here you need to just go straight. Also here, trees. Also here, trees. This is the 15 kilometer marker. Yeah, where we get stuck. And as you can see, you can't get stuck because then you have the circle there. (16, 15, 16), like I said, that's like the first one. If we don't get stuck there, we were still driving. And then there's another sharp corner around 20, 21 kilometers where the circle can catch you, and that's it. Other than that, the highway opens up after that, and you can drive all the way to the southern highway, all the way to yeah, Dallas, and if you're fast enough, you can go past Dallas up towards New York, Niagara Falls, and then you do 140, 150 kilometers or whatever those first guys have. That's what they are doing. The result of this is that we already have 145,000 on this skill test. It's a problem. 384,000. We have 100,000 bonus. That's 484. Which means we, yeah, if we score 100,000 points in all the other things, we can get away with just under platinum, I think. We'll do BMW first. We have the parts on the bike, as we saw. Oh, oops, that's not good. My friends are a bit too fast. 123. Okay. I'm gonna play it safe. We're gonna go stock. See what we can score with a stock vehicle. Because if we put parts on, I already saw it, we're gonna score too much. It needs to take the parts off because this is limited. Category 3 as I call them. and that means that you can only use one thing, and that's this thing. You have like no restrictions, that's category 1 or so. You sometimes have a certain restriction, but you still have options. That's like category 2. That's like this one here, for instance, Germany, or a certain brand that you can only use. And then you have a category 3, which is like this thing. Also actually a category 2, because you can use BMW bike, but seeing there's only one BMW raid bike in the game, you can only use one. So it's in that way makes it a category 3. This is also a category 3. Golf GTI is the only car you can use, and all the rest is category 3 as well. But sometimes you can use BMW, and if there are more options, then you can choose a few, right? You still have some choice, but I kind of like it more like this. I really do. Everybody with the same vehicle. That's then it comes down to driving, right? And of course yellow parts. But yeah, 18 months into the game, several events where you could get yellow parts. If you don't have yellow parts by now, it's probably your own fault, my friends. There have been 7 weeks of flying. I am very well aware that there are some new players and so. But even new players, they had 2 weeks time now to get all these things. I take the first ramp because yeah, it makes it a bit easier to go this way. All the rest we ignore ramps as much as possible. You can go straight here, you can go right. Also if you go right you have to jump 2 times. So there's a good chance that this will actually be faster. We obviously have no indications and we're messing about here. With a stock car we're gonna be slower than whoever. Random rate things, huh? I liked the dirt races in the Crew 1. I don't like rate in this thing here. It is like you're just driving and then out of nowhere that bike suddenly bumps to the right. Some suspension issue I think or whatever. Which was not the case in the beginning, but they changed it because some people wanted to see it changed. That's how it goes, eh? If the majority wants to see a change, then you get a change. But I didn't see anybody complain, for instance, about Rallycross. Yet they changed it and made it drifty as hell. All these cars drift now. What can we get here? 220, 221 if we boost a bit. Yeah. You can go 250 to something if you have it maxed out with yellow parts. Or green parts works as well. It's like the yellow parts you have to understand. It's like you have bonuses on that thing. It's like if you have nitro power on it and you don't use nitro, yeah, then you can as well drive with green parts. It will be equally fast. Because yeah, you read some things out there sometimes. Oh, if yellow parts it doesn't work. Yeah, of course not. Has a score breaker and skilt on it. Yeah, then you can drive as well with green parts. The yellow part gives you bonuses depending on what you use. For those who haven't figured that one out yet. A blue part has 1 bonus, a purple part has 2 bonuses, and a yellow part has 3 bonuses in a way. 253, what is that word? Point-wise. Hopefully not too much. 87, that's pretty good. For our goal for 1,060,000 something. Because we already scored a bit too much in this escape here. So we can go with the 87. And then we have options here with this event to play around with it a bit. We can put some parts on. Yeah, I don't have green parts, but I could like put some score breaker on or something so that I don't have the nitro boost. Then we still have that is like having a 280 green, right? So then we can score 90, 80,000. We go a bit faster. We can adjust. With the time you can play. 1 second is about 1,000 points, so you know you can play with that. Power boat. Yeah. Again, we have to check that. We have to check what we have. Maybe I can use something like the Vector with a score breaker. That would be a possibility. Has no parts on. And then we'll see what we have. So now I'm putting a score breaker with skilled on, which has totally no effect in this powerboat thing. We have 13% frenetic on it, so that frenetic is gonna help us a bit if we boost. The extra pump is gonna refill the boost, that's the only thing it's gonna do, so that doesn't matter that much. And ventilated will refill while we jump. That might of course refill our boost bar when we are jumping on that dam, right? Because it's pretty much the same track as the escape, the Uber dam, more or less, right? All these jumps, wonderful, play around with for kids or something. When it comes to time attacks, ignore them as much as you can. They will be slower. If you're hanging there on the air, meanwhile I'm on the corner here, right? It's like checkpoint, serious issue in this game. Just take them left, don't need to go through them. It will trigger. And then here we come on the escape part, sort of. The same track. Same jump. Same trick. Lean forward. You see the water, you sort of go backwards. Now it's way too much to the left, you see, then you also lose. That's why that escape is all about that jump. How you come into the water. Other than that, it's the same route. The finish is somewhere where we finished with the escape. Also here, don't take the jump, will slow you down, obviously. $121. I think that's already way too fast, point-wise. Yeah, that's what I feared of. 120,000. Good thing we did 87 in the rally rate. Because otherwise we're gonna have an issue. I think we're scoring a bit too high at the moment. We are already in the gold. 591, so that's 691. With 4 events to go, that already means I cannot score 100,000 in the others, or I will be in the platinum. Golf GTI on Harmon. I'm pretty sure I don't have parts on that, but we'll see. Oh yeah. Oh, 65. Yeah. Very wonderful. It comes with a stock level of 65. It's gonna be an interesting race.
2, 1.
There is a few bullshit going on here though. Here you can risk it going next to the ramp. I don't know how that's gonna work out with a stock car, but we'll see it. Kinda okay. If you have parts on your car, you're of course way faster there. Might be a bit tricky. Here we have the wonderful reset cuts, which they don't seem to get involved. You just drive straight here, you reset. We'll put you in the right direction, not a problem. We will take it care for future tracks, but we have no intention with the reader perspective to look back at these, they said. That's sort of the moment when hell broke loose. They need to fix this. All that reset crap needs to go. If they can't fix it, then you just disable the back on track. It's as simple as that. And if they do the reset cut, I understand, yeah, then you will have to clear the leaderboards, of course, for those tracks, because otherwise world records and so will no longer be achievable. That is all fine, then they just have to do what they have to do. We'll see. There are new summits coming with new events and everything, so we're gonna have, I'm assuming, every summit a new event. We'll see how they have taken this in consideration for the new tracks, as they said. Will not take long before some people find the reset cut here or there, because yeah, some people are specialized in that stuff. There are some people out there when it matters in competition, and so you have to understand. There are people out there, they don't care for a new track. They look at that track and they say, oh. They go over that track a couple of times, and the only goal that they have is to find the reset cuts and find all the shortcuts possible. That's how they immediately from day one of a new track, they go over it and spend hours on it to find every cut that's possible. 90,000, that's good enough. With a stock car, that's already pretty okay, I guess. Brings us average a bit down. We can't score 100,000 anymore in every event because then we are too high. 682, 782. Yeah, we score 100,000 exactly in the other 3 events. We have 1,082,000. That's a bit risky, isn't it? German touring car, yeah, a wonderful track. Serial jumpers. The word jumper is important there, I guess, because they're full of bullshit ramps, which of course they are slow as hell. So you want to avoid as many of them as you can possibly can. I'm thinking this is a track developed by Fergus himself, you know, fun for all. People jumping around with having fun with, I think so, but competitive, I don't think they have a competitive person amongst the dev, because they definitely don't understand the word competitive. Not for Summit, also not for PvP. They do not understand the concept, I think, sometimes. What do we have here? 245, that's already too high. 232. Take the Audi maybe. Or the old touring car. And that's gonna be fun.
3, 2, 1.
A huge ramp, number 1. Let's count these ramps here. Of course, we're gonna go avoid as many of them as we can. You have to jump this one, I think. The next one you can already miss. Here you aim for the bus stop. Wonderful track, serial jumpers. We haven't jumped once. Yeah, once. Which you probably also don't have to, I think. Okay, I think you can avoid it. There are one or two jumps that you have to take. You have no other choice. Like this, yeah, this is one of them. Aim for that tree there. That sort of gives you the less off-road. We get it? Oh no, we did. Oh, we didn't. If you're close enough, you get it though. Don't have to. It's just like with the powerboat. You can take it on the outside if you go a bit too wide there. Here yeah, you can go left probably or right. I always stick to the right side. That's the easiest way to pass them. Oh, there's one more that I could pass. Yeah, this one you can't pass. It's in the middle of the bridge. You have to jump no matter what. Holy moly. I forgot I was in that old boat. Here you can zigzag through them. There are two small ramps, you can zigzag through them. If you take the corner a bit better than I did. Here you can stay right of both of them, if you want. Here you can also go right. And the last one you can take left or jump if you want. To finish you have to jump obviously because I don't know what we're doing here. Normally this is a good one I think. Yeah. 53,000. That's a good one for our goal at least. Normally we're doing 2 something here obviously. What are people doing there? 219, yep. $2.19. That's pretty fast though. But yeah, he's going fast all over the place. Wheel driver and controller. With the Porsche 911 of course, not with the Mercedes. 219, 220. Yeah, obviously that is not only do they avoid all these ramps, they are also with the team slipstreaming on the longer straight. But take in mind that you can hit each other, so it's head over head. 735, 835. Yeah, we have a bit more room to play with. The American Petrol Race. It's a rallycross race, but we have to take a rally raid Porsche, more specifically this one. And I just noticed I have parts on here. That is not good, I think. Left of the checkpoint. Checkpoint is not their forte. You have a whole bow here where you can go through, but even if you go next to it, it still triggers. That's And then the big jump here. Lean forward to get it down as much as possible. And as fast as possible. And then you do it all again because it's a loop track. Okay. No worries. We'll trigger on the outside of the checkpoint. Like here, that's where they should put checkpoints. People cannot go outside because there are walls. Or surround all of these checkpoints all over the map with a few of these walls. Something like that. Simple solutions possible if they would only care. Need somewhere around 2 minutes over it, preferably. Otherwise, we score too much. Normally we go under 2 minutes, obviously. 2:04. I'm afraid. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm afraid that even a 2:04 is way over 100,000 points. Okie doke. Which leaves us with the hypercar race. 863. 963. 1,063,000. We can score 120,000 points in that hypercar, but not more. Which means we need a 340 something. Okay. Let's aim for that. Lateral spot number 2, if I'm not mistaken. Let's do that one in cockpit. I haven't checked, do I have parts on here or not? Also here, lean forward to get that thing down as fast as possible. Yeah. I don't think I have parts on it because the suspension bubbles about, but we'll see. Two minutes, looking good. That's one lap. We do it all again. Of course, now we have a rolling start, so it's gonna be faster that second lap, but we will see what we have on the finish. We can do about 40, I think. But I'm already not fast enough as it is, so that's fine. can just slowly finish, I'm assuming. Maybe not. Yep, we timed it right. Somewhere around 4 minutes, something that we can get away with that for our goal score. Four minutes. That should give us not 120,000 points if we looked at it correctly. 109,000. Perfect. Because now we, of course, we have done all the events, we also get the bonus. 1,072,000. Which is about 10,000 under the platinum, using some stock cars here and there. Let's see, do we have parts on this thing? Oh no, also here it was stuck. Kinda expected that because we were going a bit slow here and there. So we used the stock car here, we used the stock Golf GTI. We used a score breaker instead of a nitro chemist set on the boat. BMW bike, we also used stock, as you can see, 77. The touring car, we used the stock Mercedes. So the Porsche we had some parts on, but we didn't drive too fast, because otherwise we would have went way under 2 minutes. And then the rest is what it is. Of course, if we would normally do this, we might have some issues here or there. But this one is, yeah, just like I wanted it to be. Just under the platinum. Guaranteed gold for the rest of the week. With only 2 days remaining. There's no way that those 430,000 points from the gold are gonna go all the way up to 1 million, that you will end up in silver. That's no problem. But it doesn't even matter that much, because I'm not so sure what they're gonna do with this one here. We have this legendary boost set here, which will be 3 or 4 parts. But next week the other parts are somewhere in Sunshine States or Road Samurai or whatever, which we will not have, right? Because we have new summits coming in. So are they gonna put the remaining parts somewhere in those new summits? If they thought about it, they should, but not that it matters that much. Because if you look at that set there, which we can win this week, is a score breaker, okay. Then you are looking for skilled, it's not on there. They give you a drag bump and slipstream, then you are looking for a nitro chemist set, it's not on there. So that whole thing you need to recalibrate. Yeah, then you can as well grind Alpha GP activities or tracks yourself, and you're probably gonna get better parts. Drag bump and slipstream, I don't think everybody uses it. You can use it though, if you, for instance, in a team or so, and you do some sort of time attack, you can use drag bump and slipstream. If you have like 2 people of your team using drag bump, 2 people using slipstream, head over head, it helps in a time attack. That's where you sometimes see certain people, although you know they are doing the same driving style and same speed as you do, they might be faster. That all little tricks with those affixes that they are using, it all helps, you know. Other than that, we have a few issues, right? We have more than enough of that brown currency there, 4.8 million. We have 8,500 crew credits. I already hinted it a couple of times. Make sure you have around 100,000 by update 6. Meanwhile, we know by the live roadmap that will be somewhere in spring. Obviously, I cannot tell you why you need that and all that kind of stuff. You know, then I need to explain to you what is coming in update 6. I don't think they will be happy with that. So obviously, just make sure. I also hinted to have 5 million by next week. Meanwhile, you sort of already got the idea why that is. They revealed the trailer already of the Porsche Carrera GT. Obviously, the Porsche Carrera GT is not going to cost you 5 million. But it will not be the only car that they will release. Will be some sort of bundle, maybe some other cars in the dealers. And you probably will not need 5 million either. I'm guessing somewhere 4, 4.5, maybe 3.5 if we're lucky. Who knows? Maybe you get if it's in a bundle, might get a discount or something. Which we obviously do not have. We have 1.1 million bucks and 8,500 crew credits. The crew credits is something you can get pretty easily if you do a bit of math and get to that as we speak. How do you get crew credits for free? It's pretty simple. You go to your contract. For those who haven't figured that one out yet, you talk to this guy here. He's always never smiling. So he's not happy that you take his contracts, I guess. 1,500, 5,000, 1,500. So these 3 here, I can already get 8,000, and you get these things every day, 1. And you can stack them up to 3, like I have here now. So you can do this, and then you come back tomorrow to do 1, or you come back in 3 days to do the next 3. If you do this every 3 days, it might be worst case scenario, you're going to have 1,500, 1,500, 1,500, then you have 4,500. You need 100,000 by spring. Yeah, you can do the math. You don't even have to do this every 3 days, but make sure that by spring you have done enough to get 100,000 crew credits. It's as simple as that. If there's something you don't like, you can re-roll it. It's also as simple as that. Earn 2,000 followers. You can just leave that there. You do all kind of stuff on the map. You will get followers anywhere. Here, drive on the wrong side for 4 kilometers. Also not a big deal. If you don't want to drift 15 kilometers, 15,000 meters in free drive, then you have something to do. But of course it is 5,000, right? So these 5,000, it can be something, what's another one, 5,000, 9 PvP events for instance, is also going to give you 5,000. Also not a big deal. Go to PvP, do some 9 events. Don't worry about your rank, doesn't mean a thing. Platinum 1, Bronze 4, it's all the same. So you don't have to worry about that. If you lose a race, it's not a matter. Just get there and do the 9 events. You get 5,000 crew credits. If you don't like it, you can just re-roll it. And then it will give you something else. But then you have the chance that it gives you a 1,500 or 2,500. And then you end up with something that you maybe also know not to do. Now I need to do beat the rival score on 10 slalom events. So now I need to go to a slalom, and the rival score is that guy, whoever of the family. In this case, yeah, it's a slalom. If it's on the water, then it's gonna be Clarence. If it's some skill on the street or so, then it's probably gonna be Rio. Then you need to beat his score. That's your rival score. And if you beat that score, then you get it 1 out of 10, and then go to another one or do the same one again, you get 2 out of 10, and so on. So now I re-rolled it. I lost the 5,000, but I get 2,500 in return. So, but even now, 5,500. I can do 2 of these sorted, every week I get 10,000 points, 10,000 crew credits. So yeah, that is about 40,000 a month. If I do this 2 months and a half, I have 100,000 crew credits. We have till spring, which is about 5-6 months. I'm pretty sure everybody can get it. It's only a matter of, do you want to do it? Do you want to put the effort in it? If you don't want to do it, that's fine. Whatever it is that they are bringing, it's going to cost you 100,000 crew credits more than likely, and it will only be available for crew credits. So if you don't want to do this, that's your own choice. Then you have option number 2. You go in here, you go to crew credits, 100,000 crew credits, you can buy them. It's going to cost you $10. It's up to you. You want to get them for free? You can. You need to put some time and effort into it. If you don't want to get it, fine, you're going to have to pay for it. It is as simple as that. Some people don't bother, they just buy it. Other people might not have money for that kind of stuff. That's fine. Do your thing. Daily contracts. It's available to do, my friends. Other than that, we're sort of done with it. We did our gold, which was a bit of math in the last 3 weeks to figure it out that we do not get the platinum. Next week, that's been another story. Next week, Noob does summit number 30, the Mix Master, and there we will go for platinum. We will go back trying to get somewhere top 1%. In other words, top 30 somewhere. That's our goal that we go for, and see where we end up. I'm not sure next week. Normally I do this summit. Yeah, in the beginning I did it on Wednesday, but that is that's not that great because then you have to come back to see what's going on and eventually adjust. That's why I moved it over to Saturday to see what the scores are. Now this weekend situation was that we were playing some stuff like NSF Heat and things like that, so I moved it up one day. Next week I probably will be back on Saturday. I always post down below on the Twitch the schedule for that week. Other than that, we will see. I might be back later with some more NSF Heat or something like that. On Tuesday we do the weekly invasion in the division, and then on Wednesday I might come have a look what's going on here. But I will probably do a video about the patch notes. As TPC member, we already got our hands on the patch notes, so we can sort of do a video on it and release them when they do, which is Tuesday 6 p.m. Quite some things changed here and there, some fixes, and so of course we have new cars coming in, new summits, all that kind of stuff, and then yeah, a few things, a bit for all in a way. There will be a few things which are also asked for by the community. Things that might not have anything to do with driving and so on. You know, some people take pictures, some people do livery designs or whatever. You know, everybody plays the game as they want. They have to bring something a bit for all. So we will go over that and see what is in there and what is good, what is maybe worrying us or something like that. We will see. And then of course also have a look what is missing. That is usually the case. There will be always somebody out there who is not happy and wants to see something. Other than that, Noob does Summit 29 over and out. 1,072,000, just under the platinum, as we said we would do for 3 weeks, gold only. And I will see you guys next week if you follow this series, with the first one of Summit batch number 3, and that will run till spring when the next update is coming in. That means we can leave for now the headquarters to begin with, and the game as well. And now I need to switch to my other driver and sort of do the same again. I did it my other driver, for instance. That's another reason why I do it during the weekend. I did it on my other driver the other day, and on Wednesday I think, and I the platinum score back then was like 500,000 or something like that. So I could do the 3 skill tests, and I needed to stop because otherwise I was already in the platinum. So I have to go back do my other driver a couple of events so that I can get also somewhere around 1 million points so that we are guaranteed gold. That's it. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.